Now that we know what LAN is, within the LAN, there is usually the computer that is most powerful, and therefore it's like the team lead of the other computers. This computer is generally, loosely called the server, all right? But more specifically, it has more specific things. But for now, let's just call it the server, so I don't bombard you with so many vocabularies at once, all right? So that server will be here. What does it mean? It means that this entire local area network, this entire corporate network is managed by this server, all right? So if somebody is coming from the outside into this network, this is the first computer it will meet. And this is the computer that will do the authentication. Yeah, your password and your username, is it correct? It's wrong. No, I'm not going to allow you to enter. Wrong username and password. Oh, it's correct. Oh, come in. But once you come in, what do you have permission to access? You are trying to access the MD's computer? No, you are not allowed. All right? So this one does your authorization, your authentication, and your accounting. So after it authorizes you and authenticates you to access different resources within the network, depending on what the network administrator, depending on the kind of permission the network administrator has assigned to you, it also monitors what you do and keeps a log of everything you do in here. Okay, the intention is not to bring all of that confusion. The intention here is just to tell you that this server here, that is the master of this network, runs an operating system different from these ones that are not server. These ones that are not the servers, they are called clients, and this one that is the server is called server. So therefore, this kind of local area network is generally called client server network. And when you have a client server network, the server is always running an operating system called Windows operating system. Have you heard of Windows Server before? Windows Server. So there is Windows, which we all use, but there is Windows Server, which is the operating system that the master, the server of the local area network, uses to manage, to administer live. But the reason I'm introducing that is that for the enterprise, because the enterprise is now managing not just 3, 4, 5 computers, but thousands and possibly millions of devices, both within the corporate lands and outside of the corporate land, Windows Server operating system will not do that work. There's another kind of operating system that is more robust, more powerful, more secure, more versatile than the Windows Server operating system. That server, that operating system is called Linux. Small networks run Windows Server operating system on their server, but big networks run Linux operating system on their server. That's what I'm saying. So because as cloud engineers we'll be dealing with big networks, we are going to learn Linux as an operating system. What is Linux? How do you install it and use it to manage multiple computers? What if I want to copy file from this server? At the level of Linux, we're not just saying computers, we're talking about servers. What if we want to connect remotely to a server and be able to configure that server from where we are sitting, and so on and so forth? So these are the things that you'll be learning under Linux. And once you learn all of this under Linux and you are now able to practice, you know them well enough to practice, you attain the IT position called SysOps. You become SysOps. Although the jobs are not common out there to say, I'm looking for SysOps. It's too small to actually give you a job. But it does exist. People whose primary responsibility is just to go into cloud and use Linux operating system to manage things around. The interest is not really in setting up systems like I explained earlier on, like the solutions architect would do. It's just going into servers and just, oh, okay. Oh, it's working now, it's working now. They know what command and how to play around to get what they want using just Linux operating system, the knowledge of Linux commands. They are called computer operators, they used to call them in those days, but the modern name as it relates to cloud is system operations. So sysop means system operation. So they are called system operators. By the time you know Linux, then you are now ready to start working with cloud, because this is the language that servers use, language in quote, that servers use to communicate with one another. So it's now time to be spinning up servers, not just servers as standalone. Anybody can do that. In 2 hours, you are already doing that. But to be able to build a robust system with the server. So that's why when we talk about cloud, we don't talk about server only. We talk about cloud and we talk about infrastructure. The server alongside all the other services working with the server to produce a highly secured, highly scalable, highly available system. So the person who is now able to spin up servers and put all of these things around to come up with this kind of system is called what? Solutions, cloud solutions architect.
Solution architect.
Correct. Cloud architect. Thank you. Architect. And to do that, we need to go and teach you AWS. We take you into cloud and we teach you AWS in details. AWS is one of the 3 major, in fact, it's the biggest cloud service provider in the world. Amazon Web Services. Outside this class, somebody will tell you, oh, you are already AWS solutions architect, you can do this, oh, you are great. Come, go and look for a job, you are good. But by the time you get to the market, the competition will be stiff and you are going to see that almost everybody knows AWS. So it's not likely you'll get a job. And even if you do get a job, it might not be six-figure job. So you want to learn something on top of that to make you really, really competitive, right? And that next thing that you will learn here is 1, infrastructure. The terms are just big, they are not so difficult to learn. Infrastructure as code. What does this do? So this eliminates the concept of going into cloud and using mouse to click like I'm clicking now. Do you see me clicking? I'm clicking here. No. If you have a contract to set up 70 servers for Microsoft, for example, by the time you are done using your mouse to set up 70 servers, somebody else has provided the 70 servers and they have done the job they wanted to do with the 70 servers and they have collapsed the servers and they are done. And then at that time you are just presenting your report. Oh, I am done creating. Because that person uses what they call infrastructure as code. So this simply means that you should be able to code using your understanding of Linux and some other tools, specifically terraform. You should be able to code. Are you scared? It's not really coding, it's called scripting. It's not difficult to learn, I assure you.